everyone, it's Maki here. Today, I would like to introduce a variation of the mobile suit from DESTNY. It's called the OOTSUKIGATA. It is a variation of the Murasame mobile suit, which was officially adopted by the old military. The name comes from a legendary Japanese sword. It is said to have an amazing cutting ability and was kept a secret. So, what kind of performance does this mobile suit offer? Let's unknow it together. If you would like to support my channel, please consider joining my 99-cent monthly membership. As a thank you, you will receive a name badge and comment stamps. Now, let's begin the analysis. The Murasame is a mass-produced mobile suit adopted by the old military as part of its national defense forces. The OOTSUKIGATA was developed based on the Murasame primarily for combat in space. A distinctive feature of the OOTSUKIGATA is its blue color. In the old military, blue is the color assigned to weapons designed for localized combat roles. Unlike the M1 Astray and Murasame, which are general-purpose weapons, the OOTSUKIGATA was designed specifically for space combat. For this reason, it uses a localized combat specification paint scheme. The wings used in the gravity environment are unnecessary and have been removed. The base of the Murasame's wings uses a mechanism called the Universal Mount Arm. This mechanism allows various types of equipment to be attached to the wings depending on the situation. The OOTSUKIGATA's wings have been replaced with equipment suited for long-range shooting. A high-precision detection and targeting sensor is attached to the left side. On the right side, a large railgun is installed. These two pieces of equipment are used for long-range attacks and form the basic core of the OOTSUKIGATA. In mobile armor form, it can deliver powerful strikes against enemies while moving at high speed by using these weapons. Although it can transform into mobile suit form, it was primarily developed for combat in mobile armor form. The OOTSUKIGATA has many design changes compared to the Murasame, including its main weapons. Naturally, the airtight sealing and radiation protection systems for space operations have been strengthened. Additionally, heat dissipation is an extremely important factor in space, where there is no atmosphere. For this reason, the waist-mounted missiles have been replaced with a cooling system. The parts related to data processing, including the communication system, have also been strengthened to coordinate more effectively with allies. After hearing this explanation, you may have one question. If the main wings, which are unnecessary in space, were removed, why are parts shaped like wings still attached to the nose and legs? There is a clear reason for these parts as well. These wings have two functions. First, they act as radiators for heat dissipation. The second is to operate in places with an atmosphere. The OOTSUKIGATA is designed for combat in space, but is also expected to fight in satellite orbit very close to Earth. Having wings makes it possible to perform a tactical skip flight in which the craft skims the upper layers of the atmosphere while flying. In the real world, this flight method is sometimes called boost glide. This allows not only high-speed travel, but also flying along trajectories that normal thrusters cannot achieve. Additionally, it is designed to operate in environments with an atmosphere, such as inside space colonies. In the Ani-series mobile suit Gundam, the Earth Alliance's Mobius Zero flies inside a space colony. OOTSUKIGATA appears capable of doing the same. Its weapons are essentially the same as Murasame's. Its standard equipment includes a head-mounted machine gun, a beam rifle, a beam saber shield, and a beam cannon mounted on the stabilizer on its back. As previously mentioned, the waist-mounted missiles have been removed, so OOTSUKIGATA does not carry them. Its greatest feature is the sensor-linked railgun. Thanks to its long barrel, this weapon achieves an extremely long firing range. It can also perform precise shooting while carrying out high-mobility maneuvers in mobile armor form. Notably, it is a railgun that fires metal projectiles rather than a beam weapon. Currently, there is no text that clearly explains why a system using metal projectiles was chosen over beam weaponry. When OOTSUKIGATA was designed, beam weapons were already widely used as standard armaments. Perhaps the intention was to prevent the enemy from preparing defensive measures. By adopting an uncommon method, fans are left to interpret this point. Additionally, this railgun boasts remarkable performance when working in coordination with the detection and targeting sensor. This sensor uses an extremely high-performance model, even by the technological standards of the time. It can simultaneously identify 128 targets and lock onto 32 of them. For reference, Freedom Gundam can only lock onto 10 targets at a time. It isn't clear why OOTSUKIGATA was equipped with such an advanced sensor. Perhaps the old military obtained the technology while repairing Freedom Gundam. Even if they did, it's astonishing that they developed a sensor with more than 3 times the performance and installed it on the mass-produced mobile suit, albeit in limited numbers. However, this sensor's performance is measured under conditions where it is unaffected by a neutron jammer. In real combat situations involving neutron jammers, it appears that only about half of the sensor's performance is functional. Still, it demonstrates higher performance than Freedom Gundam. It isn't clear why the official specifications list numbers measured outside the influence of a neutron jammer. Perhaps it is intended for missions involving the destruction of space debris. Alternatively, perhaps it is designed to carry out attacks by rushing into enemy territory before neutron jammers are deployed. The old military also possesses a mobile suit called Eclipse Gundam, though it belongs to a secret organization. It is a mobile suit designed to eliminate the seeds of conflict in advance and in secret. Whether there is any connection between OOTSUKIGATA and Eclipse Gundam is unknown. However, it is interesting to imagine the possibilities of combining Eclipse Gundam's unique characteristics with this accessory high-performance sensor. Now, let's examine OOTSUKIGATA's role in battle. It was deployed in the Battle of Messiah, the final decisive battle in the DESTNY story. Takito Hayao Shidori, an old military pilot, was sent to the front lines with his subordinates while piloting the OOTSUKIGATA. The OOTSUKIGATA is a weapon designed for precise rear shooting. However, the chaos of the battlefield forced them to abandon its original purpose. Units of Zamzoso and Jailzuge from the Earth's Alliance arrived to join forces with Lois Klein and the old military. Their powerful mobile armor weapons effectively attacked the Zaft forces' defensive formation. This role was originally intended for the OOTSUKIGATA. Consequently, Takito was tasked with breaking into the enemy formation. He felt that he had been forced into an unfavorable position. However, Takito made full use of OOTSUKIGATA's capabilities, launching a attack against large numbers of enemies and defeating them one by one. This fighting style made full use of its ability to perform precise shooting while maintaining high mobility. However, a mysterious mobile suit was approaching OOTSUKIGATA. Even ace pilot Takito could only identify it as an unfamiliar Zaku with unusual equipment. That Zaku was the Providence Zaku. It was a prototype mobile suit created during the development process that eventually led to the legend Gundam. Equipped with a nuclear engine, it is a powerful mobile suit capable of operating the Dragoon system. Takito sensed the enemy pilot's intense hostility toward him. OOTSUKIGATA then moved to confront the Providence Zaku. The battle scene ends here. OOTSUKIGATA confronts the Providence Zaku in mobile suit form rather than mobile armor form. It seems that Takito judged that fighting in mobile suit form would be more advantageous than the straight line movement of mobile armor form. However, the outcome of the battle is unknown. In the story's conclusion, however, it is written that Takito survived. At the very least, it appears true that OOTSUKIGATA protected its pilot from a powerful enemy. This concludes the research report on the OOTSUKIGATA. While it may not be well known, it is a fascinating mobile suit. The skill of its pilot, Takito, is also remarkable. Judging purely by the result, his ability is similar to Moon of Floggers. Mu could not defeat the Providence Gundam either, but he survived and escaped. Of course, there is still room for debate about how the Providence Zaku pilot's skill compares to Walla Cruise's. Thank you for watching until the end. I will see you again in the next episode.